Hola, ¿qué tal? Esto es The Crew Plays. Yo soy Elvira, como veis, estamos en un capítulo más de Final Fantasy XVI, aquí con el bueno de Clive en la guarida, entregando misiones secundarias que no terminamos en el vídeo anterior. Vamos a ver si podemos continuar o no con la principal en algún momento. Estaría bien, sería un detalle. Vamos a hablar primero aquí con el señor anciano Vademecum.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good.
Vale, le estamos contando los de los huesos del perro.
Thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Sí, por Shiva.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva
Exacto.
and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
Entonces, ¿qué es?
Suggesting
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's
Ah,
power.
amigo.
Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
he has seemed more fierce of late.
Sí.
If I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
Oh, todavía se va a petar
We are
más.
fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Bueno, pues misión cumplida. Esto tiene que ver con la de Torgal todavía, ¿eh? La de los huesitos. Vale, pues completadísimo. Mira, el colmillo de Cabal. Que aumenta un poco el ataque de Torgal. Ah, es un accesorio. Vale, tenemos que llevar esto para que el perro esté más petado. A ver, bueno, ya que estamos lo podemos mirar, ¿no? Un poquito. Porque no sé si los atributos que llevamos realmente por pociones, defensa en 30. Mira, podemos cambiar este por el de Torgal. Vale, y así lo probamos. Vale, pero teníamos que hablar con este señor de otra cosa, ¿no? ¿O ya no? Ya hemos terminado de hablar con él.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Vamos a actualizar la enciclopedia, que hace mucho tiempo que no lo hacemos. Bueno, mira, un poquito
What
más.
subject shall we consider today?
Midadol Telamón, ¿quién es? Ah, bueno, la hija de Cid. Midadol, claro, estoy acostumbrada a llamarla Mid, que no me quedaba ahí con el Midadol. Vale, hemos ahí actualizado bastantes partes de la enciclopedia, pero en principio creo que ya lo hemos hablado todo con este señor. Entonces vámonos a hablar con Gaute y a consultar el tablón de anuncios para encontrar al rey Bomb. ¿Qué es lo que nos falta? Yo creo que ya lo habíamos hecho eso, pero bueno. Creía que habíamos hecho todas las secundarias. Por lo visto, no.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Meg told me she was building a ship.
A ver. Gaute está por aquí. Ya hemos entregado los diamantes o los rubíes, no sé, las piedras preciosas estas que servían como pago.
Good. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best. She was just too stubborn to take it.
Ya, qué raro, ¿no?
She threw it right back in my face, in fact. Told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Vale, pues ahora tendremos que hablar nosotros con ella otra vez.
Wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Hola, genial. Otra tareita más. Vale. Tenemos que entrar en esto y lo del Raybon. A ver, es que vamos a mirar el minimapa, pero yo juraría que había hecho todas las secundarias antes de venir aquí. ¿Dónde era el Raybon? Bueno, vamos a ir a mirarlo porque no me acuerdo dónde era. Creo que era en Sambreque, pero no me acuerdo dónde. ¿Estás buscando un Raybon? Pues en el tablón de anuncios tiene información, vale. Y era aquí abajo que lo miramos. Y decía, lugar de aparición, el Perol en Sambreque. En un bosque de camino al coto de caza imperial. A ver. ¿Dónde está Sambreque? Rosaria. Si no me he aprendido el mapa ni de coña, ¿eh? Soy incapaz de aprenderme este mapa. ¿Dónde está Sambreque? Igual debería ir entrando en las zonas, ¿no? Soto Oscuro, Ispol, la Fonda de Marta, Tres Juncos, Puerto Isolda. No. ¿Dónde estaba Sambreque? Ah, mira aquí, ¿no? Claro, la cosa es, ¿dónde está el coto de caza imperial? Colinas de Orabel, Loswing, Vista Clara, Norwich, Nido del Dragón, Pradera Real. Entiendo que será esto, ¿no? El coto de caza imperial, entiendo que será esto, ¿no? Pradera Real, ¿no? Estoy bastante perdida, tío. Igual deberíamos ir a Norwich. Podemos probar por ahí. Vamos primero a hablar con Caron, ya que estamos aquí. Por si acaso podemos comprar alguna cosilla antes de irnos y vemos lo del bomb. Aunque realmente lo del bomb es que es otra cacería, tío. Es que no apetece nada. Quiero seguir con la historia principal.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
No quiere que se le devuelva, ¿eh?
But one good turn deserves another, and our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Vale, pues ahí tienes.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much.
Bueno, pues ya sabes, a sacarle pasta.
Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Vale, pues ya está todo entregado.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Bueno,
Speaking of which,
hace algo de trabajo, tampoco es...
I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
knew so little about him.
And most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... oh, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking Island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was... before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first known day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Bueno, al menos guardan buen recuerdo de Sid, ¿no? Está bonito eso, que te recuerden así después de tu muerte. Ojo, flashback. Flashback de Sid.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me, just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
Marca páginas. Una carta, ¿no?
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
Ah, qué majo, sí. Tenía su corazoncito, ¿eh?
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go with the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
What do you have?
Bueno, pues misión cumplida en números rojos. Pero ahora tendríamos que hablar con él otra vez para la principal, ¿verdad? Copa de Cid. No me digas que soy mal anfitrión. Cid. Según Otto, Cid nunca lavó esta copa a pesar de que la usaba cada día para beber vino o cerveza. ¿Puede venderse? Ah, no, puede verse en el camarote de Clive. Ya me extrañaba que se pudiera vender. Vale, esto es como otro recuerdito más, ¿no? Vale, y vamos a dejarlo del Rey Bon porque se me están quitando las ganas de cacería. Vamos a hablar directamente con Otto. Mira, bueno, vamos a pasar primero por aquí. Por Desiree, vamos a ver lo del rincón del mecenas. Vale, desbloqueamos esto. Ahí está. No sé cuántas queden realmente, cuántos niveles, pero estamos casi ya ahí, Y vamos a la principal directamente porque creo que ya hemos hecho muchas secundarias en los últimos vídeos y vamos a mezclar un poquito.
Alright, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? That girl do anything to put off visiting.
Sí, la verdad es que sí. Que lo ha retrasado todo lo que ha podido. Efectivamente. Bueno, no sé yo.
She said that in those words.
She did, yes.
Clive,
No cuela.
were you born yesterday?
Claro,
There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
claro, se ha pirado.
I might still be able to catch her.
Se ha pirado con tal de no enfrentar la tumba del padre. Vámonos. A la cubierta. Vale, pues... a ver. Hola.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, uncle?
Hijo mío, me alegra comunicarte que mi expedición a Camber ha sido todo un éxito. El amigo que te comenté no solo ha accedido a financiar nuestras actividades, sino también a relatarme toda clase de sucesos que acontecen en las ciudades libres, a partir de los cuales he conocido a una amiga tuya, aunque admiro el ingenio y el arrojo de la señorita de Telamón para embarcarse en la construcción del Enterprise. Dudo que las autoridades de Camber vean con buenos ojos el uso no autorizado de sus astilleros. Por si fuera poco, los maestros de los gremios de mercaderes no tardarían en entrometerse en el proyecto. Es por ello que te escribo esta misiva. Me gustaría contar con la ayuda de tu joven espía Gaff durante 1 o 2 lunas para que vigile a cualquiera que intente meter las narices donde no debe y nos avisen de posibles ataques. Sé que no quieres prescindir de él, pero no te lo pediría si no fuera necesario. Espero tu respuesta a tu tío Byron. Pues obviamente, claro, una de dos, o mandamos a Gaff o vamos nosotros mismos. Gaff, ya tienes tarea.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Bueno, ¿nosotros a dónde vamos entonces? Si no vamos a ir a buscarla, o sí que vamos, acompañamos a Gaff, o Gaff nos acompaña a nosotros, no sé dónde demonios vamos. La antigua guarida. Vale, ya habéis visto que las demás localizaciones estaban bloqueadas, o sea que esto es impepinable, este viaje. Ruinas de la antigua guarida, Tormentia Central. Mira, sí que vamos con Gaff. Vamos a la tumba de Cid. Presenta tus respetos, Clive. Pulsa F.
Well, Sid. I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in 2 places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead.
No puede ni ayudarse él mismo, que está destrozado.
Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Grande Jill y compañía.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, There'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every mother crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the crystalline dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. No one like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Que se la van de monta.
You bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Madre mía.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Madre mía.
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav.
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Bueno, pues en marcha, ¿no? Mira cómo se separan los tres grupos. A ver.
You see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Vaya, ya me están llamando infame. Ya me están llamando infame y me he alejado 2 metros. Yo creo que Sid estará orgulloso de lo que ha dejado detrás. Ha dejado un legado. Vale, ¿ahora qué tal? Ah, nueva localización. Vamos a Garganta de Lenne. Mira cómo se ve la roca, loco. Este de Dalmequia. Mira cómo se ve la roca. Pues vámonos, rumbo a tierras cristalinas. A ver, obelisco activado.
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. The new boy.
Ah, nueva misión disponible cerca de aquí. ¿Cómo? Ah, carros y carretas. Vale, vamos de hecho frente a eso. Nos la toparemos de frente. Mira qué bonito se ve, tío. Sí, buen sitio para una emboscada, ¿eh? Claro. Buen sitio para una emboscada, el puentecillo este. Vamos. Ojo, plantas. Ay. Buenísima. Buenísima para calentar un poquito. Después de tanta charla, que llevamos 20 minutos de charla o 30, bien para calentar. Y aquí está la secundaria. Hola. Seguro que nos ha... Bueno, lo que estábamos hablando de los bandidos, ¿no? Por supuesto.
No doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
No.
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
Now, I'm not much of a thinker.
I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Venga, ¿por qué no?
I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
Yeah, lucky you came along.
¿Verdad que sí? Que es una casualidad muy buena.
Our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
Vale.
You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
Sí, porque hasta ahí podíamos llegar, que encima tuviera que tirar yo del carro, ni que fuera Tevi. Bueno, pues nada. Vamos para adelante, seguramente estarán las dos misiones cerquita una de la otra. Míralo, el carro está ahí ya adelante. Ojo, derrota a los enemigos, ahí estamos. Uy, va, me he fijado. Vamos a quitar este de en medio. Ahí va. Au. Au. No me ha funcionado la esquiva, ¿por qué? Buenísima. Buenísima. Me gusta Jill allí con el otro, ¿eh? Oh, lo tenemos. Enemigos derrotados. Vale, un poquito de seda que siempre viene bien. Un montón de cajas y materiales. Y el carro está... ¿Dónde? Ahí ya. Pues el carro estará por aquí, ¿no? Ah, aquí. Vale, perfecto. Ya te digo. Y ahora que me vais a atacar vosotros. Más vale que no me ataquéis, ¿eh?
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need.
¿Por qué me suena que la estáis robando vosotros al mercader?
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want
Estoy poniendo ahora mismo la cara de Fry. No sé yo creo que le estáis robando al mercader, pero bueno. Carros y carretas. Completadísimo. Ya me cruzaré otra vez con vosotros, estoy segura. Vámonos. Vamos, Jill.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least.
Vale, están por detrás de toda esta estructura, ¿no? ¿Puedo pasar por aquí? No. Por abajo. ¡Oh! Vale, pues los tenemos. ¿Pero por dónde vamos? Para abajo. Para abajo. Ve a Boklat. ¿Qué demonios es Boklat? ¿Por qué hunde tanto la cabeza cuando corre, tío? Me da un poco de impresión. Me da la sensación que se va a caer hacia adelante y va a hundir la cabeza en la tierra. Qué bonita la cascada. Último pecado, República de Dalmequia.
So this is Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. A final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
Vaya.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance.
Típico.
By visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers.
Vaya, o sea que todo proviene de aquí.
Tell the truth. I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. When Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you?
Sí.
In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
¿Has sentido al hermano por ahí cerca o qué? ¿Qué ha sido esa última mirada? O llueve. Mientras tanto, nueva capital imperial. Volvemos con Annabel, ¿no? Sala de audiencias, Palacio Imperial.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambre.
Vaya, no está de acuerdo, ¿eh?
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
Poca broma con este tío, ¿eh?
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrek.
Father. I find you much changed.
Me pregunto por qué.
Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks
Vaya, qué
for
casualidad.
reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers,
Es un poco...
and of the divine.
Es un poco Macbeth esto, ¿eh?
The words of this traitress. She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Poco habremos ver. Esto es muy Macbeth.
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
Uf, mira cómo le come la cabeza.
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Cómo vibra el mando, tío, con cada trueno. Ella está haciendo el papel de Lady Macbeth. Le está comiendo la cabeza al marido para que haga lo que ella quiere. Y el marido o no se está coscando o realmente le está siguiendo la corriente. Vámonos. Claro, a Dion no le gusta ni un pelo lo que está viendo del padre y de Annabel. Y con razón. Qué bonito se ve lo de las cascadas, tío. Es impresionante. Muy, muy bonito. Esto parece un poco Madagascar, también te digo. Quiero ver las cascadas de cerca, tío. Entiendo que para allá no habrá nada, ¿no? Hay una puerta. ¿Qué es? Ah, no me lo marca. Mira, qué bonito el escenario, tío. Es como si fuera un estanque. Totalmente en calma. Pero luego están allí las cascadas. Recuerda un poco la presa Huber. Vámonos. Creo que deberíamos ir en chocobo, ¿no? Porque esto es como muy largo. Vámonos. Uy, va. Vámonos. Oh, música de chocobo ahí. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Ay, el perro, digo, el perro no irá en chocobo, ¿no? Ay, no pillo los objetos en chocobo. Ojo. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Mira las ratas, Dios mío. Sí, por aquí. Por aquí. Por aquí hemos quedado con guides. Mira, obelisco. Ah, mira, aquí un mercader. Hola, señor. ¿Tiene algo que me interese? Por favor, se lo pido. No, la verdad es que no. No. Ah, esto es una canción. Sí, nos sobra esta pasta. ¿Por qué no? Sales. Podemos vender esto. 1400, que no está nada mal. Vale. Hala, nos vemos. ¿Estos son especias? No, creo que son como legumbres, ¿no? Mercado Boclat.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
Uf, qué pinta, tío. No jodas. No jodas con el pan, tío. Qué pintaza.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border.
Me parece que por aquí no vamos a cruzar.
And ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
Sí.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an exception for the likes of you?
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we?
Good. Goetz. He dicho yo antes Gaetz. Goetz. Vale, gente, pues vamos a aprovechar que nos dan aquí un momentito de descanso para buscar a Goetz, para dejar el vídeo de hoy aquí porque ya están los 52 minutitos y se me va a pasar, como empiecen ahora con las cinemáticas no vamos a acabar. Así que nada, vamos a dejar al bueno de Clive aquí con sus dos compañeros inseparables y volveremos en el siguiente vídeo para ver qué demonios vamos a hacer aquí para cruzar esta frontera, ya que piden unos papeles que no tenemos. O sea que está la cosa complicada. Muchísimas gracias por verlo, nos vemos. Chao.